Yo, yo, what's up? It's your mellow fellow. Yeah. Uh, I had to get on here today and present myself. I'm over here visiting with my mom, so I'm away from my place. You see a different background here than what I usually have. Uh, Working on my little studio space over there. But it has come to my attention that you have a group of African American individuals calling themselves black men that is going out of their way to diminish and downgrade and disrespect our next president of the United States, Kamala Harris. I say this to all you gentlemen, man. Listen, I know I made a little post the other day because I was so upset, I may have used some vulgarities, and that's not my intent. I'm actually not that kind of guy. You know, I'm relaxing today. This is the gym day, so I'm gonna go to the gym, get me a little walk on the treadmill or something like that. But I felt it was very important for me to come out front, put my face up front, and directly challenge that man that made all of those derogatory videos and speaking down on Kamala Harris. I don't get it, guy. I don't get it. I forget his name, Antoine something or something. I don't know. Anyway, what I said yesterday, I still stand by. Insofar as bougie Negroes, first generation money Negroes that feel like they have reached the epitome of their success in life. So now they feel like they have the right and authority to speak. By what authorities, by what knowledge, by what expertise do you speak? That's a question to you, my brother. Uh, I'm by far no expert, but I have followed politics all my life. Uh, a little color for you. My dad was a Republican. I'm gonna say that again. My dad was a Republican by force because back then, when he was in the 50s and 60s, the only way he could have a job was to be a Republican. That's the way they fixed that system in the little town I come from called Rockford, Illinois. So the system was fixed. He had to be a Republican. So I participated with the family in all type of Republican events. Uh, we was at the picnic in Pecatonica, Illinois, when they were supporting John B. Anderson, I believe it was. That's how far back I go in politics. So when you come talking to me or talking about politics, know what you speak. And I know for a fact, my brother, that 80% of what you were saying was wrong. Number one, I have followed Kamala Harris, although I am not a Kamala Harris fan like that. I am supporting her because she is the best choice. She is an intelligent black woman. She's got her degree. She has paid her dues. She deserves to be where she is. So we will reward her now with the next step in her evolution. That has nothing to do with every single problem that plagues the black community. That's not on her shoulders. That's not her responsibility. It's her responsibility to implement programs and services to help the poor because the Bible says that the poor will always be with you. And that's a fact. We have more people today living out on the streets than I've ever seen in my 65 years on this earth. Let me repeat that. I have seen more homeless people and families, couples. I see a man and his wife laying on the ground, covering up with a blanket. And I say in my heart, I know this is not right. And I know this can't be America. We cannot allow this to stand. So when we're pushing for a certain political outcome, we want to see some kind of a transactional arrangement. That's no different from what Donald Trump did when he went down. Let me say this here. Let me back up the car. Let me back up the car. I live in Dallas, Texas, one of the most, uh, what can I say, bountiful places in the world, bar none. It's statistically more millionaires and billionaires in the state of Texas than anywhere. That's a fact. But you have the most extreme poverty here. There is no programs here or very few services to help a poor person. If your electricity get cut off or your rent not able to be paid, the chances are you'll be on the street. Chances are you will be homeless. Because I have been investigating this and off topic a little bit here, but I have to say this in the context of the discussion of Kamala Harris and the presidency and all that goes with that. Uh, in the state of Texas, they give poor people Social Security, but they may get $500 or $600 a month. Rents here start at $1,200. Let me say that again for the slow people. Rents here starts at $1,200 for a studio apartment. $1,200 for a studio apartment. So if they give you $500, what are you gonna do with that? How far is that gonna take you in taking care of your basic needs? We're not talking about luxuries. I know that the Republicans and some handkerchief head people, they want make it appear like poor peoples are out here living off the state, living off the land, and that's another way. And they know that, but they want to perpetrate that because that fits their narrative, that fits the dialogue that they want to put forth. Let me say this, getting back to my topic. Kamala was a DA in San Francisco, tough on crime, but she implemented a lot of programs to correct some of the injustices. Why don't y'all say that? uh I don't know that guy's name, but it really bothered me the way that man was speaking and the arrogance that he had upon him. The sheer arrogance that he stand up out there diminishing this black woman. I don't care what the circumstances, brother. You are not, you are not. You have an internet podcast. So what again qualifies you to speak on something? That's all I'm asking. And I'm putting this out here for the world. And I'm not seeking no recognition or publicity for this. I made a choice last year. Me and my wife separated, and I made a choice that I was going to put my voice out here and I was going to speak. I was not going to let nobody tell me I don't have a story to tell. I'm not going to let nobody tell me I can't tell my truth. And I'm a heterosexual black man. Heterosexual black man. I used to love black women. I used to love black women. I'm not so, I still love you, but I can't get no relationships with you. And that's a whole nother story. Again, a little off topic, but you have to have a little color to know where I'm coming from. Uh, I have been to prison. I'm not hiding that. So again, I'm telling my truth. And I saw that over the time when I was reluctant to get on the air and get on the internet and speak, that everybody was allowed to tell their truth, but the black man. And I mean the truth, not somebody else's truth, your truth. And I was determined that this year, 2024, will be the mark of me telling my story. And that's what I'm going to do. But back to the topic. Kamala is qualified. Kamala will be the next president of the United States. God had gave me a prophecy about this uh, several years ago. I, out of my mouth, told many people that I saw a black woman president. And it's, now many of them people, they act like what I said was nothing. They act like prophecy is nothing. They act like I'm nothing. I'm basically, since I made my stand and said I'm coming out to tell my truth and I was going to express myself now, I lost my wife. I lost my family. I've lost everything I've ever had. I worked 20 years to build house, everything gone in the blink of an eye because I made a choice to stand up as a man, not to be a slave any longer. Not to see, I should have had my businesses started 20 years ago. My wife hindered me. She stopped me in the sense that all she wanted me to do was go to work. That's all she cared about. You know, go to work, and that's it. Not having the dreams that I had, not having the desires that I had. And and as I told this before, I allowed my wife to get her degree. And I say I allowed it because I did allow it. And not only did I did a lot of the work for her. She won't probably tell all the truth about it now because we're estranged and we're not together anymore. But the fact is she knows it art that without me, she would have no degree. And I'm not taking away from the fact that she had to put in some work because she did. But she had help. And I would do it again. Because the key to me and the person that I am, I'm going to always leave you better than I found you. And my wife, she was straight when we broke up. She was straight. Probably still got $100,000 in the bank, knowing her. Cause I said this the other day, and I'm standing on this. She chose money over me, and that's just a fact. And I'm pretty sure 80-some% of black women would do the same thing. Or any woman. I ain't gonna just say black in this instance, but I was dealing with a black woman. So I can only speak from that perspective and the knowledge and research that I've done on this topic experience happened to me. I never thought I would be single again, just being real. I thought it was death do us part, and that's how I planned. So being a bachelor and single again, I mean, I've had a new life. I mean, new life has came into me. Uh Even she would say that I was somewhat dead. And I is this thing even on? Okay. Let me see. Welcome chat. You ain't have to do that. Mm-mm. Nah, You should already had that set up, YouTube. So even she would say that. I have been given a new life since I left her. And we didn't have physical, uh, violence in our relationship. And as I was saying, me and my wife was together almost 30 years. Almost 30 years. And she made a choice that she didn't want to be married no more. And whatever the reasons and whatever the analysis that'll be done later, I don't know. All I know is what happened. All I know is facts of my own situation. So again, I am not mad. Me and her still cool. We was together over here yesterday. So I don't have a problem with her per se. It's just that we can't be together. We won't have a relationship because I refuse to accept that narrative of subservience, uh, disrespect, argumentative, disagreeable, non-able to accept leadership, cannot be taught, unteachable. All of these characteristics I keep seeing coming up in a lot of black women. So they have started saying, I hate black women. I hate successful black women. And I'm on here today telling you I'm supporting Kamala Harris, a mixed race with some, just say she's a woman of color. She has, in the past, represented herself as black. So, you know, we have a lot of people that have black blood in them that claim their blackness versus their whiteness, so to speak. Just like Barack Obama, say for instance, somebody that you are all familiar with. He levitated more toward his black side than his white side, but he is still both. Okay? He is both. His mama was white. His daddy was black. Okay? So for the slow people, that's what I'm saying. Kamala Harris, back to her. We have to support her. We have to help teach her. I will agree that she needs to step her game up. I will agree. But the alternative, that's where me and you get into it at, my brother. For you to lay there and plant that seed in people's minds and to say that you're not going to vote because Kamala Harris will be the president sounds like you have some male inadequacies or something, my brother. You have some male inadequacies here. And I'm the one accused of hating successful black women. I think you need to examine that. And I say again, I'm shouting this one out just to you, Mr. Antoine. You that came out so boldly, got other people thinking that it's okay to put this woman down and build Donald Trump up. What kind of guy are you? And I don't even want to talk no more, man, because it just upsets me so bad that we got Negroes like this. I will wait patiently for your invitation to debate this topic because I think you're lacking. And that's it, bro. You're lacking. Much love to my people. PML to the righteous.